And we are back. Last we left off, the unfortunate fellowship just slew the mighty Crom. Marius laid him low in his enhanced state of a sorts. You are still amidst a battle, a frenzy of sorts. As soon as the body falls, boom, hits into the ground. All of you would notice, well, all of you except for Seamus, since he's racked in pain and writhing on the floor, that the people around you, the ones that were apparently affected by this blood frenzy, suddenly all of them begin to stumble and clutch at their heads. And from a mechanical standpoint, they have stun conditions that the rest of you do not, thankfully. So, that has just happened. We're still in combat. So we're still in the combat initiative until we determine what is going to happen. So next up is technically Marius' turn, since he killed Crom on Crom's turn, which is frustrating for me. But the man is dead. The Chaos Lord that was leading the attack on Carrick Zorn has been felled. And most of your oath has been fulfilled at this point. Now, it's only been 2 rounds. You have 3 more rounds before some side effects might overcome you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to pop this guy's head off.
Do you want to pop his head off?
I do.
Okay. Give me a strength check with your additional strength. I just want to see how insane it is.
Yeah, let's do it. That's a 13 out of 120.
Okay, so you reach down. Are you going to be taking like the helm and all of it, or do you want just the head?
Probably just the head. I mean, I don't really want the helm. I mean, it's probably heavy.
Well, let's put it like this.
You grab
a hold of the helm and you go to pull, and it is attached to this man's head. So you can, if you try, you might be able to peel the flesh out from inside of it. It would, I mean, you're strong enough, you could do it. Or, as you're pulling, you easily just dislodge the spinal cord, which comes out attached to the rest of the skull. As you just mightily, hunkily pull. And, yeah, it's like Predator style. You pull it up, and there's a neck and a dangling or just spinal column that's just dangling underneath, with you holding this massive head in 2 hands.
And I just kind of roar out this.
Oh, God, this is horrifying. Like a beast, the beast that you are, you rip it out and scream out.
I want to just rip it off, and just kind of hold it up and be like, "Your champion is dead," and then just try to intimidate everyone around me.
Give me an intimidation check with a plus 30.
Ooh, yeah. You can do that. That is a 35 out of 90.
Jesus. So, yes. You bellow out, and there's a few mostly Skaven. The rat men that kind of glance over you, and they begin to kind of like cower away from you in fear. Most of the other people are still like shocked, holding their heads and stumbling around, but the majority of them glance over at you and doesn't appear that they want any part of what is happening.
Okay.
Would you like to do anything else? You still have your movement.
I'd like to move over towards Seamus and try to help him up. Like here's your head, Seamus.
Okay. And you're still like hulked out. So you run over to Seamus, and Seamus is hurt bad. He's alive, but he's racked with pain. He probably doesn't hear anything you say. So you can tell by looking at him that he is in dire need of medical attention.
Okay.
But yeah, that happened.
I think, I don't think I can do anything else. I mean, if you'll let me do a heal check, I'll do a heal check, but...
we're still technically in initiative, so that's pretty much all you can do in this moment.
Okay, cool.
Which then brings us to Braggadine. What would you like to do?
Marius, you are a mountain. And I run over to actually collect Seamus's stuff.
Yeah,
like
I will say in this moment, he's still holding his sword. His pistol, however, which he was holding in his left hand, was dropped at the feet of Crom.
Where's the Thunderer? Does he still have that?
That's going to be on his back. So yes, it's still attached to him. So the only thing that he dropped that was his was the pistol, the spent pistol.
So I'm gonna move over so I can grab that.
Okay.
Sorry, a cowardly weapon, but I know Seamus likes it, and I will pick it up, and then I will say to Marius, well, can I actually do a perception check to see if it's safe for us to try and get the fuck out of here?
Okay, yeah, make me a perception check.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. It's a 13 out of, let me see, plus 30, plus 10 more. It's a 13 out of 80.
Okay. So you are doing a perception check with your ears.
I can do it without, and so it's a 13 out of 50.
Okay. It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do.
How well lit is the entire chamber?
I will say it's not extremely well lit, but there is light coming from the hole in the door that is not very far from you guys. I'd say the door's probably about 100 feet from you.
No, I want to do it with my hearing. So I'm trying to listen, see if I can hear where all the battles are.
Yes, and
like
you're hearing stumbling and crying. You have a heightened sense of hearing, and with that many success levels, you can hear the skittering and talking in the rat language that you have so come to love since you've entered into this campaign. In the distance, in the darkness, deep in the darkness, you're not sure how far away, but you hear like, oh, seal, and then they're muttering to themselves, and you're hearing the of probably rifles being reloaded in that direction. And then, of course, you're hearing some battles still happening every once in a while, or casually, sparsely throughout the tunnel entrance, but you don't hear much in the direction towards the door. Hearing.
Marius, I think we have a chance to make a break for it. I think the door is clear. I don't hear anything over there. And that's it.
Okay. I'm assuming you kind of stumble over as much as you can towards Marius and Seamus.
Yeah.
Okay. There is debris and, of course, bodies at this point littering this place. This brings me to Seamus's turn. Seamus, do you have any resolve points left?
I have one.
Okay. You can use a resolve point to remove one stun condition.
I will do this so.
Okay. So now you still have one stun condition. I need you to make me an endurance test. You're still at minus 30 for this test. Actually, excuse me. It might be. Let me make sure. Let me make sure it's endurance. I think it is.
Yeah, it might be.
It might be athletics. If it is, that's not good for you.
It's not.
Endurance
Either
test.
way, I probably
it's endurance.
failed.
It's endurance.
38 out of 35.
Okay, you are still stunned. You're still racked with pain. Your arm hurts a lot, as it is most certainly broken. You can feel the bones have cleanly broken. You've had wounds in the past, I mean, due to your profession and the adventures that you've been upon with one Marius Wolf. And you know that this is not good. This is very, very bad. But there's nothing you can do about it in this moment. So that's pretty much your turn, Seamus. You are racked with pain and capable of doing much. That brings us to Marius. Seamus is just, you can tell he's hurt bad. He's clutching at his arm, and he does not look good.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll probably try to do a... How long does it take to do a heal skill, like, practically?
So, well, you can do it in a round. This will basically be like a... It's not... So, are you trying to unstun him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get him out of a stun. Maybe not, like, give him health points, but at least, like...
Yeah. If you're trying to unstun him,
up.
I'll let you just use your free action to kind of just give him a good slap across the face or something. Remove the stun condition. And
I hold back a lot, you know. I'm real strong.
Yeah. Of course, and especially in this heightened state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of perk him up.
Yeah.
No time to sleep, Seamus. And
with the aid of Marius, you can remove that stun condition now. Would you like to do anything else?
I'll grab him and fire him and carry him.
Okay. And I will say, Seamus, as soon as you lose the stun condition, you gain another fatigued condition.
Oh yeah.
So you once again cannot walk. This is the first round. You're at 0 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit your toughness bonus in rounds at 0, you will fall unconscious, and then shortly after that, you will die. So just food for thought for everyone. So you currently grab a hold of Seamus. This is the third round, Marius. You have 2 more until you might eat whatever is close to you.
Seamus.
Yes, Seamus is on your shoulder.
But I will turn to Beno. Run, Bretonian! And I will make a bolt for the door.
Okay. All right. You move your full movement as much as you can. Bragadine, it's your turn. Are you doing the same?
How close am I to Seamus? Am I like?
He's on Marius's shoulder, so I'm going to say
So-
you're within like maybe just a few feet. You're all kind of together.
Can I do? All right, I'm hurting real bad too. Not as bad as him.
Yeah.
I want to try and see if I can fish that potion out of his bag.
It's attached to his hip, so that's if you want to. Do you want to try to snag it off of him?
Yeah, could I do maybe a sleight of hand?
Yeah. Go. You can give me a sleight of hand, and Seamus is currently not in a position to stop you, really. So I'm going to say it's probably unopposed. So go ahead and make it.
Okay. So I'm going to try and grab that. Can I shove his pistol into his belt or his pocket at the same time? Or should I just hold on to it?
I won't give you both of those. I'll say you could probably stuff the pistol in your kind of belt for now. It's
With
spent.
this taste, I push it into my sash at my waist. And,
Yes.
Oh, that's a 6. So, is it Dex or Agility
I believe.
for sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
hope it's Dex.
Which I believe is Dex. I'm pretty sure it is.
That's 6 out of 51.
Okay. So you easily glance up and you see the dwarven. It's not really a tankard. Not a file either. regardless, you see the potion. You snatch it off of Seamus's
It's
body.
a growler.
Growler. There we go. We'll call it a growler. Yeah, exactly.
And I take a swig with my free action.
Okay, with your free action, you quaff Seamus's potion for yourself. But no, do you have any fatigued conditions?
Negative.
Okay, in that case, but no. You get, roll me a d10.
Come on. A good number this time. 6.
Okay, so you get 6 plus your toughness bonus and wounds back when you drink this.
Nice.
It's significant. You drink it and you feel a surge of just fresh energy. Now, I will say this is like hardcore beer, but no, probably doesn't have much of a taste for it. But it is very invigorating.
And I'm a pro drinker.
You are a pro drinker, so I'm not going to make you roll for it. But in doing so, you will temporarily feel a lightness in your leg, and you're currently not feeling the effects of the torn muscle in your leg.
Fantastic. I feel great. I'm right behind you, Marius.
All right. And I'm assuming you are keeping the potion on you. So you have it now?
I mean, I'll slip it into my bag. Yeah.
Yes, you slip it into your bag. And at this point, we're going to move into a skill challenge, boys.
Ooh, skill
I like
challenge.
those. Yeah.
We're moving into a skill challenge as combat is pretty much we're all in agreement that we're making for the door. Unfortunately, Seamus is not going to be a lot of help right now because he's not doing so hot. So, you need a certain amount of successes to get there. I'm not going to tell you how many. If you get more than 5 failures, 5 degrees of failure, something bad will happen. So, just throwing it out there. So we will start at the top with one Marius Wolf. Marius, you have Seamus over your shoulder. You're still in a heightened state, bulging muscles, senses ablaze. You smell blood in the air, and it smells good. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to intimidate, I guess, people that are in front of us. Get out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, you start running, and there is a crowd of cultists and beastmen that were recently slaying each other, that are kind of all holding their heads, and they glance up, seeing you guys moving towards them. Are you still holding Crom's head?
I am.
Okay, so in one hand, you're holding their lord's head, and a few of them automatically are going to flinch back, but go ahead and give me that intimidation check.
Okay. It's a 16 out of 60, unless I have plus 30.
You have a plus 30.
And then 60 out of 90.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of success level. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So you are just lumbering in their direction, and you see this small crowd. There's probably about 5 or 6 cultists and an odd beastman. There's a few dead ratmen at their feet. And they see you coming, and their eyes go wide. And one of them looks like he might be doing something. Might be trying to strengthen his resolve. And as he does, you kind of just glance at his direction, and he immediately shrinks back, and a hole opens in the hallway. You see a path straight for the door.
Nice.
You begin running, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're running the entire time.
Yeah, you're all moving in that direction. So,
Yeah.
Bragadine, you're following closely, able to keep up at this point easily with Marius and the almost unconscious Seamus. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do a perception check audibly, so I can make sure, just to see if, without losing my momentum or my speed, that if I hear any threats about to happen behind us.
Okay. Give me that perception check with your plus 30.
All right. Oh, it is a 34 under 80.
Okay, 34 under 80. So
4 levels.
44. Okay, 4 levels of success. So with that, you are still kind of trained on the doorway, the open doorway, which you guys are fastly approaching, especially with the intimidating presence of Marius Wolf. Many people are cultists, and these foul beasts are parting. It's almost like a parting of the Red Sea as they are falling away, stumbling out of the way, and you are running over corpses. The cobbles are slick with blood amidst the debris and the refuge of battle. And you're listening for threats of a sort. And as you're glancing about as well, as you are approaching closer and closer. And you have sixth sense, right, Beno?
Yeah.
Okay. Get a tingling, just a tingling, like something's off, something's not right. And
Marius, be careful.
You hear something scraping the ceiling. And as you're getting close to the door, you just hear, "Take the gray one." And Bragadine, you have time to glance over your shoulder as you are the only one capable of even getting an inkling of notice of what's about to happen. Bragadine, I need you to make me a dodge test.
Oh no. Alright. It's my worst characteristic. Alright, I'm not even looking. Let me see. Oh, it's a 60 out of 33.
16?
6-0.
6-0. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
do you have any
levels
fortune?
of failure.
Do you have any fortune?
We do, and we're going to use it.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it.
Yeah. All right. Come on, number 1. That is great. It's a 55 out of 33.
That's a critical failure.
Yeah.
Fail. Okay, Bragadine. You hear the threats looming above you. You're not sure where it's at in the darkness. You just hear it, and you glance back, and you were 10, 15 feet from the entrance. Marius is full tilt boogie, getting it. You're behind him. You glance over your shoulder at what you believe the threat is coming from, and you go to twist your body. And as you do, roll me a D100.
Oh, 77.
God damn it.
Yep, that's what I said.
You stumble. You stumble, Bragadine.
Marius way.
You stumble over like a rock, or actually, more than likely, it'd probably be a corpse at this point. You stumble over the corpse of a dead ratman, and as you do, the black blood slicks across both of your boots, and you hit face first into the stonework of the entrance to the hold. Slide a few feet with the running momentum you had. You don't take any damage, but you're now a stationary target as you feel a in your back, and you take 6 wounds.
Minus toughness bonus?
Minus your toughness bonus, but I need you to make me an endurance test.
Oh, okay. Come on. All right. 21 out of 52.
21.
So 3 levels of success.
40. 3 levels of success? Okay, yeah. Just enough. You feel something hot pass through your shoulders, and just as you go to get up, you feel another one. This time, lower leg.
Am I getting shot?
There is something impaling you. You take 7 wounds.
Oh.
from this second one, and I need you to make me another endurance test, this time at -10.
Oh my god. Alright, don't I have another fortune point? Wait, I do. We're gonna use it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a 99.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh.
Yeah, come on.
Got the hot hand.
Alright.
Is he getting
4.
peppered?
Alright,
Oh.
I got 4.
Okay.
Oh my god.
How many
4
degrees
out
of success is that?
42, so it would be 3 degrees.
3 degrees, just
Mhm.
enough. You and you feel this hot sensation. You don't know what's stuck in you. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like a bolt or anything like that. But something has pierced your flesh, and you stand up and begin running towards Marius and Seamus. However, Marius,
Yes.
you feel something. You feel a pull as you're about to reach the entrance. You glance back over your shoulder, Marius. You're still holding Seamus. Real quick, Seamus, because I don't want to skip your turn. Go ahead and make me an endurance check at -30.
That is a 19 out of 30. The -30?
Yes.
19 out of 35.
Okay, so you shake your head and the last of the stun is wore off, and now next round / turn, you will be able to use your action and free action to do something.
All right.
So you are no longer stunned. You're no longer shaken. And Marius, as you're about to pass through the hole that you entered into this godforsaken hold with, you just feel something. You feel a pulse. You feel it emanating from your pick that is on your back. It's still touching some of your almost barren flesh. And it is just enough of a pull for you to glance back over your shoulder. And the three of you hear screams off in the darkness, which is not so dark anymore. There is a bright, almost orangish red light emanating from the back of the tunnel, and you hear screams of as rats are scurrying as fast as they can in all directions from back down the tunnel. Marius, you can see much better than the rest of your compatriots, but even they can see what is unfolding behind you, as there is a monstrous creature, or some kind of make, that is pulled itself over where the broken the elevator was that you broke on your way down here. It has pulled itself up to the wall, and it stands. Its head brushes the ceiling. It is about 20 feet tall, ish. It appears to be made of molten metal and flame.
Is it missing a hand?
You glance at it, Marius, as in this moment you're just almost dumbfounded. And you see all of this unfolding before you. This demon, colossal in form. You've never seen it. You've only seen one other creature as big as this. And it looks like parts of its shape, it looks much more humanoid, but very thick and muscular. But still made of that molten metal. But there are pieces of its body that have hardened and look like almost diabolical armor of a sort. Almost humanoid in nature. You see it definitely has 2 trunks for legs. You see a breastplate. You see shoulder guards. You see shackles around its wrists. You see a molten metal whip that it must be monstrous dangling from its hip, and it looks like it's made of not just metal, but there is some kind of essence oozing on from the tip itself. You see these massive, hate-filled, empty sockets that are orbs as the creature glances towards the three of you. Marius, you notice that its right hand is withered and small. Its left is rather large and brutish. It glances and sees the three of you. "I see you, mortals! I will hunt you for all eternity! Break your bodies and drink your souls! You will never have rest from Malofax!" And it becomes charging down the tunnel, roasting rats and chaos worshippers in its wake. Now you may take your turn, Marius.
Have to catch us first. And then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You begin running, Marius. This is your third turn, Marius. The next one, you will have to make a test to see if you don't eat Seamus. So, Bragadine, I'm assuming you're following suit.
At top speed.
At top speed, Bragadine almost shits himself seeing this creature that is called for his very soul. And the three of you, duck out of the hall and out into the sunlight. What would you like to do?
Throw my arms up in the air and say, "Praise the lady." Oh my God, the sun again.
Marius?
It's Bragadine's turn. Oh, I thought it was. We're still doing. Oh, we're not doing turns.
We technically are. So, we'll stay with the top of the round. Then we'll say it's still Marius's turn since you technically didn't take an action.
Okay.
What would you like to do as you spill out of the entrance, moving at high speed? There is a bit of a chasm, if you will remember, on your way in here. That is, and there are cobblestones that have been kind of worn away with age. The further you get away from the hole, that led you down the mountain and into the lush, almost arid forest of a sorts, where you came to pass into this country.
I'm gonna use my outdoor survival. If I can to find the quickest route out of here, I guess.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make me that roll.
All right. It's not the best, but it's a 40 out of 46.
Okay, it's a success. So you still have a success. You after screaming at the demon back at it as it is quickly approaching the door, very fast due to its massive size. Yeah. You begin looking down ahead, and you see that with just a success, you see that the cobblestones is probably your best route as of right now, until something comes up. But I will let you know if it does.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, move that direction.
Yeah, still moving.
Okay, Bragadine is now.
If Bragadine just raises his hands up, I'm just gonna be like, "Keep running!"
Okay. All right. And you are running. Bragadine, it is your turn.
I am trying to keep pace with them.
Okay, easily done. What kind of check would you like to make to aid the party?
All right. Am I pretty close to them?
Yes, you are not feeling the effects of your torn muscle right now. So yes, you are at pace with them.
I would like to slip the potion back onto Seamus.
Okay. Go ahead and you can give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh, it's 11.
Critical success? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say this might be a little bit harder to slip it back on him, but that's okay.
I was worried too. So it's 4 levels of success because it's 11 out of 51.
It's a critical success, so we're just gonna it's gonna be fine. So you very nimbly I mean, you're good with your hands. You've got lots of practice with them.
Oh, yes.
With yourself and many others. And you easily
And
slip
with the writing quill.
Of course. You easily slip the potion back onto Seamus, and he's probably none the wiser for it at that. You slip it onto his form, and without losing step, easily keeping pace, and you guys are making very good time. Seamus, it is now your turn. Since you are fully cognizant of yourself, what would you like to do?
What can I do since I'm being carried and
You're currently being carried.
broken?
You have
I've got
3
no
levels
health.
of exhaustion. I don't know. What can you do, Seamus? You tell me.
Pray.
Yeah.
You still have 1 good arm. Ooh, I'm getting some weird static coming off you right now, man.
Oh, what happened?
There we go. You're back.
I assume I probably can't drink my. It's gonna be the last of my healing potions. I'm probably like bouncing around.
Man, there's something really weird going on with your mic. It's like getting staticky. You might need to unplug it, plug it back in.
Oh, please.
You back? Is he gone?
What about now?
You're back?
Yeah, I unplugged it, or I
There you
turned it
go.
off, turned it back on.
You're better. It's all better now. So you can attempt to grab it with your hand. I might require dexterity or sleight of hand check. You can choose.
I don't have points in either of those. What are those?
Well, dexterity. You have a dex score. You will
Okay.
you are currently at minus 20.
I can't do that then. Oh.
You choose what you would like to do then.
I guess a perception then, since I'm facing what's behind Marius.
Okay. All right. What are you looking for?
Anything and everything, because
Okay.
that's pretty much the only thing I can do that has a chance of me beating it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me perception test at minus 20. Or at minus 30, excuse me.
Yeah. That's a 54 out of 21.
Okay. So, you're still in severe pain due to your broken arm. You're glancing around and still kind of clutching it as you're bouncing around on Marius's back. You're not seeing much. And that is the end of Seamus's turn. So that brings us to Marius. Marius, at this point, over your shoulder, you hear a boom! Boom! And you glance back, and the entire doors, the massive doors of the hold with the figures, the statues of the ancestor gods carved into them are shaking. Visibly shaking, probably for the first time in who knows how long. Something very large is smacking into them, and it looks like they are beginning to buckle. I also need you to make me an endurance test, Marius.
All right.
Lots riding on this.
I know. That is a 28 out of 65.
You lucky bastard. You've staved it off. How many success levels was that?
3.
Okay, so you've staved it off for 3 rounds, but you're going to need to eat something soon.
Okay.
So we'll make another test in 3 rounds, and the test will continue to get harder.
Yeah.
So as you're fighting it, you fight the urge to chow down on on the one you're holding, as he's the closest living thing to you. But if you don't have some food soon, you're going to be having issues. I hope you brought some rations.
I do have multiple rations.
Okay, all right. It is, you can do with your turn as you will now.
Are we still in a skill challenge?
You're still in a skill challenge until we meet an appropriate ending.
Okay. So you said I'm heading down a cobblestone path currently.
Mm-hmm.
We're at elevated position.
You are elevated and you're moving down.
Moving down. Are we to the tree line yet, or are we still?
Oh no, you have a long ways to go before you get to the tree line.
Okay.
If you'll remember, you camped out somewhere nearby, and it took you several hours to get to where you are.
Get up here. Okay. I guess if it's like rocky terrain, I might be using my climb maybe.
Okay, that's fine.
Like move down.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a climb check. You have you'll have advantages, so just go ahead and just roll me one. See what you get.
That is a 38 out of 70.
Okay, easily done. You're at home in the mountains, and due to that many success levels, you're easily allowing Bragadine behind you to pick out the spots and follow your path, so he's not slowing you down.
Okay.
And you're making it down the mountain in good time. We're almost out of initiative. Bragadine.
As I'm stumbling, falling, chasing Marius down the mountain, I'm going to just try and keep an ear out to hear with this horrendous commotion, and horrific monster behind me. So with the perception check.
Okay. You keep using perception checks, they're going to start becoming penalties for using them.
Okay. Well, I used a sleight of hand last time.
You did, but you've used perception multiple times. So just let you know. You can still make one. There'll just be a slight penalty to it.
Okay. Let's do it this time, and then I've got some ideas for next.
It'll be at a minus 20, so a plus 10 if you're doing hearing.
So I got 47 out of 60. I got one level of success.
Okay, that's fair enough. Keeping your ears out, you probably wouldn't be able to see much anyway in your panic state running. You hear in the distance, you're boom. Boom! And then you hear boom! One very, very loud crash. And then all of you hear Aah! And that's it. Would you like to do anything else, Bragadine?
Marius, we have to go!
That brings us to Seamus. Seamus. Would you like to attempt to do anything, Seamus, or would you like to not attempt to do anything right now?
Wait, real quick.
Yes.
Could I use my free action to try and help Seamus get to the potion?
I would say if you used your action to do it, you could, but not a free action.
Will you penalize? If so, could we change that perception to a sleight of hand? Would you penalize me on the sleight of hand? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we've already done it, man. We've already done it.
I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Good. Yeah.
So, Seamus.
Yes.
What would you like to do right now?
Nothing, if that's a choice.
Okay, you have a choice to not do anything if you'd like. You can just sit there and wallow in pain.
Yes, that's what I'll do.
Okay. So with that happening, you hear the crash and the scream, Marius. You are running as fast as you can. What would you like to do right now?
We're still mountain. Right, still.
You think that you've got quite some time. You got quite some ground to cover before you're going to make it back. I mean, you walked here for a few hours.
Yeah.
You can imagine at a run, you're still looking at significant time if you're running, and you will become tired quickly.
Yeah. Maybe. Can I maybe make a charm test for the party to try to like motivate them?
Leadership.
Leadership? Okay,
Yeah.
I have that too. Yeah, okay, I have that.
Yeah,
And,
go ahead and give
I'll
me a
do-
leadership test.
I'll do that. Okay. That's a 20 out of 43.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. What do you say?
Hurry, you bastards! And then just kind of like...
And there's a bit of a snarl and
Yeah.
almost an intimidating voice with the effects of the unfilled that are currently racking his body as well.
You about to eat me, bro?
He might soon.
Maybe.
He might, maybe. That brings us to bracketing. There's a limited number of tests left, depending on what you guys do. So keep that in mind, bracketing. What would you like to do in this moment? You guys are going as fast as you possibly can. You hear the demon in the distance.
Marius is in front of me, and I see him acting strange, right? Is
Yes.
he like salivating, maybe like smacking his lips?
His lips are, well, you can't see his face because he's in front of you, but you can see that his body's starting to quiver, and it looks like he's fighting the urge to do something. You have no idea what he might be doing, but he obviously, there's something a little bit wrong with him right now.
All right. I want to help. Can I use? Is there a way I can help Seamus get to that potion?
Okay. If you use your action, I will
Yeah.
let you make me a sleight of hand check. It will be at a penalty since you've already made one.
Okay.
I'll give you just a -10 this time.
Jay made one to steal it.
Well, that's easy to steal. I mean, at least it's easy to steal from you.
Well, you were kind of not in,
Yeah.
your right self at the moment.
Eight.
Okay, how many success levels is it?
Hold on. Oh man, I can't believe that. Let me
That's
see.
really good.
So what? -10, right?
Yeah, at a -10.
41. 8 out of 41. So that would be 3 successes.
Yeah, yeah, easily. So you kind of just put on a little bit of a burst of speed to get close to Marius and Seamus over his back. And reaching up without losing any stride or possibly tripping and falling on your face, you manage to reach up and kind of take the potion, the tankard, and shift it into Seamus's working hand, the one that has been clutching at his arm, and he grabs a hold of it, and that will be the end of your turn unless you'd like to do anything else.
Could I use my free action to pour into his mouth?
It's
Or is
for
that
you
too
guys to do it to yourself. Yeah, he's gonna have to do it on his turn.
Then I'm just gonna say,
Yeah,
drink
that's
up,
fine.
brother. Yeah.
Okay,
Drink well,
and
brother.
that brings it to Seamus. It's your turn.
I like to take a drink and spit in his face.
Okay, free action. Chug the drink. Roll me a d10.
You're gonna spit out the potion?
No, bro, I'm gonna drink the potion, bro.
Oh, Jesus. I'm about to drop you.
A D10,
Bro, I helped you.
ooh,
I helped
that's-
you.
That's a 10.
Okay, so you recover 10 plus your toughness bonus and wounds back.
Shit.
And you feel a surge of energy wash over your form, and you are -1 fatigued condition. So you
You are
now
welcome.
feel a burst of energy, Seamus. You're still being actively carried. If you want to try to get down from Marius at his quickened pace, I might require an athletics test to assure your footing. No?
No,
Okay.
not gonna do it.
Okay, well then what would you like to do then?
All right. So,
And that was the last of
list
the
of
potion.
things.
As you drink it, you have drank all of it. It is now empty.
The skills. All of my skills are for combat. I can, if allowed, either attempt a cool or an intimidate.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make me a cool test. This is applicable.
Okay. All right. At minus 20?
Here, minus
I believe?
20 still, yes.
Okay. That is a critical failure with 66 out of 22.
Yes. So, because it was cool based, Seamus, you are not doing well. You have almost died several times. And you are shaken. You have several fear conditions that have encroached upon you, especially with this demon approaching. So you're going to have some problems until they can kind of calm you down. And I will say, because it's a critical failure, you are probably going to actively maybe impair your party, and they might get negatives to some of their rolls here coming up. So
right.
That's going to end our.
You're welcome.
You're welcome for that. That's going to end our skill challenge. Thankfully, you guys rolled high enough in the last round. I was just giving everybody a chance to finish out to see if somebody messed up bad enough. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad enough. So, with that, you still hear the rumbling in the distance, Marius. And you also hear, "I'll find you!" being bellowed from a great distance away. "I can taste you!" Marius, I need you to make me an endurance test.
Okay.
One last time.
That's a 18 out of 65.
Okay, so you once again stave down the urge to eat Seamus McCready, but it is getting harder and harder to do so. What would you like to do in this moment?
Like to, are we safe or?
You get the idea that you're probably not safe, but we're out of initiative.
Okay. I guess we're still moving further in.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are still
further
moving
down.
relatively quickly.
Yeah. I don't really have a free hand.
No, you don't. You're currently carrying a head and one McCready,
Yep.
who all of a sudden is a lot
McCready.
more lively, but slightly terrified. He's shaking and probably muttering to himself.
Yeah. I kind of, I'm running. I kind of move the head kind of over to where he is. Look, Seamus, I got you a head.
Well, he's currently on your shoulder.
I
So
know. I'm assuming the spinal cord is still kind of attached, so it's kind
It
of
is.
flapping
It
a
is.
little bit.
and I will say, this was an 8-foot tall man. That's a big spinal cord. It's probably been dragging behind you most of this time.
But if I'm still like trying to actively get out of here, I don't know if I'd be using climb or outdoor survival to try to figure out a way out of here.
Okay.
Or perception.
All right. What are you looking for? You're in the mountains. You're at home in the mountains, so you kind of know what might be around. This is almost like an arid desert-y kind of mountain, though. Different from the mountains that you're used to in the Empire. But you might be able to find something. Depends on what you're looking for.
I'm either looking for shelter or a quick way down.
Okay, go ahead and you make me a outdoor survival check. Do any of the other of you have outdoor survival?
Seamus does.
Seamus does. Go ahead and do it with a +10. As I'm going to say, Seamus is helping you.
Nice. That's good because I rolled a 47 out of, with James' help, 51.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. So with a success, you've made it far enough away, and you hear him bellowing in the distance, Malofax. You're not sure what he is. It's a demon of some kind, and he's monstrous. And he probably didn't like the fact that you blew off his hand. So you're glancing about, and as you're moving down this mountain, and you see almost a makeshift crag to your left. It looks natural. You instinctively kind of move in that direction, and there is, if you weren't looking for it, there is like a small alcove. You're not completely hidden, but you're out of direct line of sight. If someone was moving around, it would be hard for them to spot you. You get the idea that this might be a decent place to possibly rest. For how long is up to you.
Okay.
But you may have found a spot, maybe, that you might be able to take shelter in.
All right. Then I'll probably head down there.
Okay. You're moving down the mountain. I'm assuming the rest of you are following.
Is Seamus still frantic and fearful?
Seamus is still panicked, and he's not doing very well, but he appears to be very lively.
Can I try and calm him down a little bit? Maybe charm him a little to see if he can come back to us a little bit.
Okay, go ahead and give me. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll let you do a charm roll.
Okay.
It's gonna be penalties.
Oh, I'm sure there will. I rolled 87.
It's not gonna matter then. It's bad.
Yeah.
So
I had to
I'm
get
assuming
a 60. I was two levels of failure.
Yeah. So you are. What were you gonna say to Seamus? I should have had you say it before you rolled.
I know. It's gonna be Seamus. It's all right. Doesn't it feel so safe and warm in Marius' arms? I know what it's like. Just calm down, my friend.
Oh God.
Perhaps he was insulted when I said that.
How many fear conditions do I have? Like you said, several. I assume it's.
I'm gonna say you essentially have the broken status right now.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
So you are in a panic. You have enough wits about you that you're able to do basic functions, and when you see Marius glancing around looking for a path, you're able to aid him in a sorts, but you're not doing well until you get out of what you believe to be some form of safety. Until you reach that point, you are still suffering from that condition.
You're asking like a response to what Bragadine had said?
Yeah, sure.
Correct?
Why not?
Fuck you, Bretonian. You don't know what I've seen.
Very on brand. So we keep moving.
Dick.
It's Dick. At this point, you make it to the alcove, Marius, and you think that this might be a decent place to at least get some rest. And Seamus, as you duck into this small impression in the side of the mountain, a sense of somewhat safety washes over you, and you no longer have the broken condition. You're now just have fear conditions. So I need you to make me a cool test. At minus 20.
Minus 20.
Exhaustion's a bitch.
This is a good one. It's a 72 out of 22.
Yep. So you are still very much scared, but you're not like a broken man right now. So you're still kind of shifty and kind of not just glancing around, very, very upset. Yeah. So there is that. You guys are free to do as you will.
I'm trying to, I don't know, make this less conspicuous if I can.
Okay.
Try to, I don't know, if I can move things to try to.
Okay.
I don't know if it's brush or something I can
I will
try
say
to, hide or something.
before you do that, you're the starvation that you're feeling is getting worse and worse and worse.
Okay.
Are you going to eat something?
Yeah,
or are you going to risk it?
Start eating those rations.
Okay,
It's
you
up-
pull out
it's
the
up
rations.
Plutonian.
Yeah, and you gluttonously
I saved your
eat.
life, you asshole.
Yeah. Marius, I'm going to say that you eat all of the rations, all of them that you have on you in your
Sure.
frenzy, because you staved it off for so long. You take them out and you just start pounding them into your maw. And Braggadine, it's horrifying. It is not natural. Braggadine, I need you to make me a cool test to see if you don't piss your pants looking at Marius Wolf.
Give me a sec. 41 out of 42.
Okay, then I'll say that's a success. So you kind of
Maybe a little dribble.
there's maybe just a brief moment where you're just in horror, and as he begins just stuffing this into his mouth, then all of a sudden, Marius, because you went so long, just your sheer willpower almost keeping you from succumbing to the need to feed. You finish all the rations, and as you do, Marius, I need you to make me one more endurance test, this time at minus 30.
Whew. All right. That is a 41 out of 35.
Okay,
No.
so a failure. So what happens
Can
is...
I use a fortune to make a success?
Yeah, if you still have one.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
used any
A
fortune,
success.
so.
All right. A success for Marius Wolf. You, what happens is his form begins to slacken and begins to shift, and it hurts, Marius. You're just, you're gritting your teeth as you begin to compress back into your normal, still rather ripped self with your clothes that are now slack and just tattered, kind of like Hulk. after he's hulked out. They're stretched and torn and bloodied and matted. And as this happens, you feel because you ate way more than your stomach could hold, but you managed to stop yourself from disgorging everything you just ate and keep it down for now. But your stomach hurts bad, and you're not feeling so hot.
Another beautiful day. And just kind of lay back and take a breath.
Yeah. And as he does, Braggadine, you see the fangs in his mouth suck back up into normal-sized canines. And he looks like the Marius Wolf you've known to love.
Okay.
Marius, are you a werewolf? Is that why your name is Wolf? Because you can turn into this terrible creature?
Seamus can do it too. And then I just kind of give out a big sigh.
I
You did
pull
well.
out.
You did well back there, Bretonian.
Thank you, Marius.
It's time. We need to rest. We need to try to hide ourselves as best we can.
Wait,
To have some of our strength.
Seamus, I have something for you. And I reach into my bag and I pull out his pistol, and I'm give him the dirtiest stink eye scowl ever because he's being a dick. But I was like, here's your coward's weapon.
Marius laughs. Yeah.
Says to man that was hiding behind me in the fight as I reached up and grab it from him with my right
yes.
arm.
Yes. I will say, as he grabs it, Bragadine, his hand is shaking. You can tell that he's still racked with fear as he snatches it from you. He's good at putting on a bold face, but he's not doing so great himself.
Marius, I see you were still a little shaken. I know what this is like. I have something else for you. And I reach my bag and I pull out the bottle of wine and I say, don't break it, but have a swig and calm your nerves, friend. And hand it to him.
Mm-hmm. Marius or Seamus?
Seamus, sorry.
Seamus.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. I thought that's who you were talking about. So you hand it to Seamus. Seamus, do you take it?
I shall chug the entire thing.
Whoa,
Give me a consume alcohol test, Seamus.
This would be so good if I wasn't at such a huge disadvantage.
You're at minus 20.
My consume alcohol is ridiculous.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be close. It's 27 out of 30.
Okay. All right. So that's a full bottle. It's not a full. It's probably like a half bottle of wine right now because you guys had some. Man, that's so close. Mm-hmm. Roll me a d10, Seamus.
Oh.
All right. I'm probably gonna be too drunk though to make myself a splint. So let's see here, or some type of cast. A d10. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So this is funny. It's very fitting. You chug the wine, Seamus, and Bragadine's just like, oh, no. As you do so, some of it's spilling out of your mouth. But as you
curses.
Yeah, exactly. He's cursing at you in Bretonnian. It sounds very eloquent, but you don't care right now. You're chugging it all, and as you do, Seamus, as you finish the bottle, do you throw the bottle down, or do you just hand it back? You smash it on the ground, wipe your muzzle clean, and as you do, Seamus, you feel a little lightheaded, a little drunk. Your frightened conditions are gone.
Woo.
But right now, you currently, while you are drunk, for the next 6 hours, you will ignore all prejudices and animosities towards those around you.
Oh. A real likable guy.
So all of a sudden,
I was about to slap the shit out of him.
all of a sudden, Bragdine looks like, he's a good guy, you know? Decent guy. Marius, fantastic human being. All of them.
My best friends.
I love you, man.
Alright, I smacked the bottle on the ground. I got a real big cheesy smile on my face now.
Mm-hmm.
I probably don't feel my arm anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to say you probably don't feel it, but you still feel a throb. It hurts bad, but it's not as bad as it was. You're definitely going to need some kind of medical attention.
I look over to Marius, like, Marius, you got me a skull.
I did. I throw him the head.
He only has one arm, you bastard.
Seamus, right in the chest.
Seamus, give me a strength check at minus 20.
Yeah, that's a 30 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. So you made it. It's so big. This isn't a dex check because it's just so massive. It's a large head. You managed to grab a hold of it, but you only have one arm, and you instinctively go to grab with your other arm, and as you do, and the head just flops at your feet, and you're incapable of holding on to it.
Look, Marius, maybe now's the time to fix me arm while I don't feel it as much.
You might be right, and I try to find something to fix his arm with.
Marius,
Oh,
you
really?
should rest. No. If
Triage.
you can't feel the pain, let him just sit, and then once he's sober, you can fix it then. Seamus, I'm looking out for you, friend.
I
Big
like the
slap
way you
on the
talk.
back.
Oh, yes.
You've got a funny accent, my friend. I like it.
I try to go over there and fix it.
Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Let me see what you can do for this because it is a clean break. It's considered minor. It's considered a minor break. So let me make sure. All right. Okay. Go ahead and make me a heal check. Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the best. I'm gonna use fortune. I think
You do have a plus 20 on this check. I forgot to mention.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Let me see then. Sorry. That would put me. Oh, nice. It was a 52 out of 37, but the 20 it's 52 out of 57.
Okay. So, all right. So you managed to find like a stick that you can bind the arm together with. I will need you to make me well, you don't need to make the check now because Marius made it for you. You lucky bastard. Because it's probably good for you not to make any checks right now with all of your disadvantages.
Well, while Marius
so-
is doing that,
Yeah.
I'm going to get down and put my hand on Seamus's shoulder and give this big, beautiful smile and say, "Don't you worry, Seamus. When we get to Silberg, I'm going to get you all taken care of."
I like the way you talk, friend.
Oh, I'm going to reward you for your generosity, friend. You just wait.
So here's the kicker with a broken bone, Seamus. The arm is considered useless. Your left arm is useless until it heals. And it's going to take 32 days for your arm to heal.
God.
And it must be splinted the entire time. Otherwise, it might heal funny, and you might have permanent disadvantages with your left hand.
Oh, what a freak!
Looks like we're going back home, boys.
So your left arm is useless as of right now.
This is worse than the pwn.
This is worse than the bone. God. Yes! Fantastic. I did it.
You
did it.
You did it. You did it, bro.
I did it.
Way to go.
So, all right. So with that, but you didn't have to make the endurance test, which is probably a good thing for you because it could have gone much worse than that. All right. So with that taken care of, your wounds bound. How long are we going to be staying here?
A night?
I feel like if we feel like
You're going to try to rest up like completely?
Well, I'm gonna try to rest up for like a long rest. Yeah. I think.
Okay. All right. I'm going to need stealth checks.
Okay.
Oh.
I will say we can either do this one of two ways. Either the three of you can roll me checks, or Marius being at home in the mountains can roll a check with a plus 20 from the two of you helping him.
Oh, I'm helping him out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's fine.
right.
And this is basically the equivalent of you guys keeping an eye out and are you guys going to start a fire?
I probably wouldn't start a fire.
Okay.
Just because we're in enemy territory.
Yeah. You guys just kind of huddled together then.
I don't know how to start a fire.
Yeah, I will say Bracketing probably doesn't. But the rest of you do. It's going to be hard for Seamus to do a lot of anything right now with his broken arm. But, but there is that. So, yeah, go ahead and give me that stealth check with a plus 20, Marius.
Okay. Thanks. That'll be 6 out of 46.
Okay, 4 levels of success.
Fantastic.
So you guys have a pretty. I mean, Marius is pretty good in the mountains. This is his thing. This is his place. This is what he does. And you hear the call of the demon in the distance every so often, but it never appears to actually get close to you. It appears that he's probably lost track of where you went, or he didn't see where you went, and he can't find you. And after a few hours, it goes silent. Are you guys going? Is anyone going to take watch?
Seamus isn't.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay, you're going to take watch, Bragadine. I'm assuming the rest of you are beginning to rest, because I'm going to say some time has passed. It's about mid-afternoon, so a few hours have passed that you've been under here. I will give you guys a short rest, so you can recover your toughness bonus and wounds.
Oh, nice.
So within the few hours, at some point, you probably got a short rest in. And then the sun is beginning to set, and you are preparing to bed down for the night. So go ahead and give me a perception test, Bragadine.
Okay. 57 out of 80. 57 out of 80.
Okay. So you are using your ears?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't really see. It's getting dark.
It's starting to get dark. Yeah, there was going to be penalties for not being able to see, but you're just using your ears, which means you lose out on any sight-based checks you could have gotten. But that's fine, if you're fine with that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that would be best. Yeah.
Yeah, you're listening for nearby, and you hear the rustling of the wind here. As the wind is curving around the alcove that you guys have made it to. You're not very far from the entrance to Carrick Zorn, and you actually hear chanting out in the distance here. Oh, ha, oh, ha, ha. You're not sure what it is. It sounds very, very far away, and there's almost like drumming sounds. You hear the demon, very distant, cursing in a language you don't understand. You hear the hoot of an owl. Sounds eerily close, very close, in fact. You kind of glance around, you don't see it, but you definitely hear it, and that's unusual. You would know that owls, well, actually you wouldn't. You would have no idea, because you're Bragadine. So
I'm a city boy.
You just hear a bird. You hear a bird hooting somewhere nearby, and you think nothing of it. With that many levels of success, hearing, you actually hear the pitter-patter of small feet.
I reach over and I kind of slowly try to wake up Marius. I'm kind of holding his shoulder, so if he makes any sound, I can put my hand over his mouth. Mm-hmm. Just try to slowly wake him up.
Okay. Marius, you begin nudged to begin woken up.
I'm just kind of... What is it?
Can he see me at all?
Yes, he can see very well. There is the moon at this point. You're a few hours into your watch, and the moon is beginning to rise, and there is moonlight. It's not like a full moon, but there's enough for Marius to easily see by with his enhanced vision.
I point to my ear. I kind of tap my ear, and then I put my hand down flat, and I kind of do like the let the fingers do the walking, like making a person to emphasize like there's footsteps. I'm pointing to my ear again and making that.
Yeah.
To just try and silently.
Yeah, Marius, make me an intelligence test to see if you understand Bragadine Bonneau.
Oh, jeez. All right. Let's see. That's a 22 out of 36.
Yes.
Okay. You
Double Smooth's the
understand
greatest.
completely what he just motioned for you. He obviously hears something nearby.
Yeah.
He hears footsteps.
I nod and grip Dringies on
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of look around if I could see anything.
Okay, you glance out of the alcove. Marius, go ahead and give me a perception test.
Yep. That's a 2 out of 57.
Holy smokes.
Okay, 5 degrees of success. Marius, you're looking out there. You don't see anything at first. A few minutes pass. You don't hear anything either. Then you see off in the distance. Looks like one of the rocks shifts. And then you look a little bit closer. This is probably about 50, 60 feet from you, down towards the descending part of the mountain, the direction you're going to be heading. And you see just a set of small little beady yellow eyes glancing at you in the distance.
You said yellow eyes?
Yellow.
And we haven't come across a rat man with yellow eyes.
You have not. And it looks
Okay.
it looks small.
Okay.
That's all that you can make out. And then as soon as it sees you, the eyes disappear.
I'm just kind of on guard, I guess. I'm making sure nothing's getting after Seamus.
Okay. All
Getting
right.
closer.
Um,
I don't want to make a lot of noise or anything, you know.
okay. All right. You have not gotten a full rest, Marius.
I don't know.
Do you want to are you going so what I'm asking is, are you going to stay up now, or are you going to attempt to get your full rest in?
It's not time for shift change.
No, it's not yet.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'm going back to bed. Going back to
Okay.
bed.
Okay. Do you mention the eyes to Beno?
I do. I kind of tap him on his shoulder, and show him where I saw the eyes.
Bragadine, go ahead and make me a cool test
All right.
at minus 20.
Well, it's a good thing I rolled 20. So. All right. Cool.
It's got to be a pass for you. You have very
42.
good cool.
So I would have been at 22. So I rolled. I passed.
Yeah, you have good. You have pretty decent cool. So you don't jump at the shadows for the rest of your shift, but you are definitely listening, and you're very alert.
Maybe a little anxious.
Getting a little anxious. But time passes, and you don't hear anything else. You don't or see anything else. It's then Marius's shift. Seamus is sleeping like a rock. He is passed out, drunk. So he's out. There's probably no way you're waking him up.
Yeah.
So you move to wake up Marius for shift change. Tell him nothing's happened. Marius, go ahead and make me a perception test.
All right. Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use my last reroll.
Yeah, use it.
I'm using it. How much better? That's a 20 out of 57.
Okay. All right. So you warily glancing around out of the alcove. It's dark, very dark. You don't see anything else. And your watch goes finally. I'm glad you burned that fortune point for that. Thank you. So now that that's done,
Did that on purpose.
now that
problem.
that's done,
It was really bad.
I tell them about the noises, the chanting, and that I still heard the demon still tromping
Yes.
around out there
Yes,
in the night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gentlemen, there was we are still not safe here. I still heard that terrible monster, and I think those beasts they were singing. There was drums. There was something like a pattern, like a song or something. Marius, can you get us out of here? Can you get us home?
We'll certainly try. And I guess we're trying to break camp and try to move our way back down the mountain. Is it
Okay.
night still?
Now that's what I was about to get to. It is still nighttime. So it's somewhere like probably 3 or 4 in the morning. So it's still dark. You know that the sun will rise soon,
Yeah.
but it is still currently dark.
Yeah.
So you break camp, or do you guys want to wait till the sun rises?
I'd probably like to move as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So.
Which is fair. So are you just going to start breaking camp and going?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
do
the rest of
we
them will probably
heal?
follow suit. Now, yes, I was going to say I need all you guys to give me endurance checks to see how much you healed.
I'm not gonna roll one just because
You're already close to max.
it will max me. Yeah,
Yeah.
just for. Okay.
All right. So Braggedy.
Yeah, I'm just one wound short of max.
Okay, you're fine then. Seamus, I will need you to roll one no matter what.
Ooh, all right.
At -20.
Who is it? Is it minus 10 now since he's had a long rest?
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe.
That is a 34 out of a -20. It's a 34 out of 45.
Okay, so you do recover 1 fatigue condition, so you're only at 1 now.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Look
you
it
do,
up.
and of course, if you have any wounds missing, you're going to recover all of those as well. Because I think you're pretty well patched up at this point.
Yeah, I reached full health when we took our short rest.
Yeah, I figured you would. So you guys you're good to go now. Recovered. You're feeling a little bit better, Seamus, but that arm hurts bad. You probably wish you had some more alcohol on you to dull the pain. But you guys all press on.
I'll give him a swig of my ale. I have a cask of ale.
You got a cask of ale? That's right, you do have a cask of ale.
A little small one, yeah.
Do you hand him the cask or do you pour him some of the cask?
I pour him some of it.
Okay, that's probably a wise
After
decision.
seeing what he did to...
Marius, give it all to me.
Shut the hell up. I've seen what you do to that alcohol. You'll take what I give you and like it.
Always stealing me kills.
And
I'm just quietly staring daggers into Seamus's back.
I know, that wine, it's gone. It was vintage. It was fantastic. Gone.
Tastes delicious
too.
I'll give him. I'll fill up his little flask or whatever.
Okay,
with it.
yeah, you give him, he fills up the flask. You can drink it, Seamus. It helps. You don't get drunk off of it.
Yeah.
It's not enough, but it helps. You also don't have a hangover, which is nice because of your good success levels on your endurance check. So good all around. You
I'll light my
your candle?
just.
Oh
just so it's
hell
a
yeah!
little-
Light that candle up, baby. Light the little
just so it's
candle up.
A little light,
Uh-huh.
so my party can press on, but I still want
Yes.
them to like be real close to me. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And you begin moving down the mountain at a quickened pace. Desperate to get out of here. Let's see here. Marius? Actually, let's just have all of you make perception tests.
Okay.
You can choose to make hearing if you want bracketing.
I did, and I rolled a 44.
Of course you did.
Ooh,
Seamus? Marius?
Seamus got a 47 out of 41.
Got it. Failed. Marius.
I got a 36 out of 57.
Ooh, still good. 2 levels of success. Seamus
I
is
had,
still, he's not in it completely. But yes, Braggadine had a critical. I know.
And 3 levels of success. Does
Yes.
the level of success matter with the critical?
It does, but not
Okay.
in this situation. It's not going to matter as much.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So essentially, here's what happens. You're moving. It's dark, and you move without much happening. Braggadine, you hear hissing. Not very far from you. It's a disturbing noise, and you call out to Marius, who's leading the way. And Marius, you with Braggadine's help, you kind of catch on and hear the same thing, and then you're looking around, Marius, and you see that you think you're in a familiar spot. You've made it almost to where you made camp originally.
Mm-hmm.
And Seamus is just walking casually. He's oblivious. He goes to take a step, and then Marius, you see that he's stepping and there's nothing there. There's a break in the path, and he's about to plummet into a hole. So you grab a hold of him, pull him back. And as you do, you glance down, and it's almost camouflaged, this hole is. It's odd in the light, in the way the light hits the stone, that you almost wouldn't be able to see it. And as you pull him back, you glance down into the hole, and it's deep. It goes about 20 feet down, and it's actually rather large. It looks like it opens up towards the bottom.
Mm.
And you glance down there, and you see a den of those large lizard-like creatures that you passed on the way here. Just bathing in what little sunlight is filtering down through the hole.
Sigmar protects Seamus. Try not to be so careless. And
You guys easily maneuver around at this point.
Yeah.
Make your way down.
Can Braggadine see down in there?
You would not be able to see as well. You'd be able to see at least one of them.
Okay. Marius, I think that was that fishman I saw. I think it was some of those fishmen.
I don't think it is. They're clearly...
It was dark, but it looked just like that fishman I saw.
They're those giant lizards we saw earlier.
Lizard fishman. It's a monster.
Remember when I yelled at that big one and it ran away?
Mm-hmm.
Come along.
Okay.
Okay, so you keep pressing forward. And at this point you make it into, because you camped not very far from the break where the mountain becomes the arid forest. The dense it's almost like a jungle. It's very dense woods, but it's very dry. And you begin picking out a familiar path. You're retracing your steps at this point, so there's not many checks involved because you've already come this way. Luckily for you. You do, however, especially with Braggadine mentioning the fishmen, as he calls them, you do have an ear out, Braggadine, and some eyes out, Marius. Seamus, not so much, for any fish people that might be in the near area. And you make it, after an hour or two, you make it to the door. You finally, after this long trek, you see the door. Inlaid with gold filigree around the stonework, and it is just a door. Atop what looks to be some kind of stone-like structure, and you've passed by several, looks like tumbled pillars and pieces of what definitely was a building that are just become part of the jungle. And the door's about 10 feet in the air. And it looks like where the steps once were, they're no longer there. What would you guys like to do?
Does it have a similar structure to the door in Napone as far as like
It
a
actually
way to open it?
Yes. Now, it actually looks exactly like the door that you've used in Sealburg. The one in Napone was very similar, but it looked a little more archaic, not as well-fashioned. This one is it looks identical, as in there probably was an identical room here at some point. That is
okay,
long gone.
Yeah.
Marius, could we cut down a tree to make a way up there? Maybe like a log ladder?
I mean, I can climb up there. No problem.
Seamus is injured, and we don't want to leave him behind, do we?
I'll strap him on my back like a papoose, like I did you in that cave.
This will be great in my story. Yes.
Let's first try to think of how to open this door.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If we make some kind of like a log or two, a ramp to climb up, where you're not having to hold on, perhaps you can force the door open with your strength. You are Marius the Mountain.
That's not the way it works, my friend. I can't just force it open. It has to be.
I do not understand what you mean. I've seen you. Look at you. You are a huge, attractive, strong man.
I appreciate your flattery, but unfortunately, my strength will do us no good here. Does it still have what I'm being by similar to the one in the poem? Is it have like the same symbols that were used?
It is. It's different. It's different than that. It looks identical to the door from Sealburg, which you're smart enough
be able to open it. And you said it's 10 feet off the ground.
It's hovering. Yeah, it's not hovering. It's on top of like remains of what used to be some kind of pillar, or you're assuming there was probably a staircase up to it that is no longer there.
Is there anything I can move to get to where I need to?
It depends. It's going to depend on a lot of things right now. As you're standing here, you start hearing a boom, boom.
Marius, open the door.
More doors!
Marius, get up there and open the door.
In the distance.
Walk that way.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Rise of the Forsaken.
Wow. I thought we were gonna die.
I went pretty good. That was in a very extended skill check. I'm not gonna lie. It went on way longer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I love it, man. The skill checks are awesome.
I thought after my 9 levels of success for my intimidation,
yes,
it would have been pretty breezy.
Well, I will. Basically, what I did is I did one to just get you out the door, and then I did another one to see if you could get away from the demon. So you technically did 2 skill checks.
Yeah.
So, but they were back to back. But yeah. So sorry, Seamus, you didn't have a lot to do this episode.
Yeah.
You did enough.
I got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're alive.
Too. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
I am alive.
You're alive. You made it so far. And some things might be happening next episode that you'll be happy about. A lot of you.
He's not crippled either.
He's not crippled yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Man, fun episode, guys. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did. And I hope all of you did out there, all of our listeners. Real quick, how about we do some favorite moments? Cast and the crew, start off with one Jumbo Smooth.
My favorite moment was killing Crom,
Bastard.
Especially my second crit defense.
I feel like you
I
cheat. I feel like you're cheating.
I wasn't cheating, bro. Just had the hot hand. Plus, I have high skill in my
It's true.
defense for melee.
It's true. Yeah. It can't be denied.
But yeah, I enjoyed that.
Of course you did. How about Mr. Doobie?
I went toe to toe with a champion of corn for how many rounds? Three to 4 rounds.
You did pretty damn good, I will say, for a while. So yes, you did pretty decent. I mean, and you hit him. It just wasn't enough. But you did good. I will say you crippled him to the point where like he didn't have much. He'd only had a handful of wounds left.
Mm-hmm. Like if you came in and stole it.
He did. He came in and stole it after you got battered aside.
That's not the way I remember it. I remember the glories of Marionettes.
I had a plan when I took him down. I was gonna, say some more blasphemy to his face.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Didn't work out that way, but Sheamus went toe to toe with the champion of corn.
You did.
There's always more chaos. Corn
there
champions
is.
for you to do that too, I'm sure.
Don't worry, there's gonna be plenty more.
And the headsman has a new trophy.
He's got a trophy, I will say the large head, very large. So encased in chaos plate. So yeah, that's awesome. So we'll deal with that when the time comes.
I figured I was gonna boil that shit off.
Yeah.
You get beetles. Beetles eat it away.
That's super gross. That's super gross.
That's how you do it. You put your head in beetles, they eat it all away, and you got a smell left.
Disgusting.
I don't know, bro. I went through the tunnel with those dark elf heads, and then they tried to kill me after. So
that's accurate. True. That is accurate. We'll see how that goes. How about Mr. Galactic?
Oh, it's probably when the several times that Bragadine tried to assist Sheamus and help Sheamus and be there for Sheamus and have Sheamus just do him wrong every time.
It does. It is rather glorious.
So... And then the subtle threat for when they get back to Silver.
Yeah. I mean, you did seal his poultice.
He didn't know that. Hey,
he didn't know. I will say he wouldn't have known.
Plus, I thought that was really meant to be one for each of us when the dwarves gave him the dwarfs, gave it to him.
I'm sure Bragadine did.
I'm sure Bragadine did. Exactly.
He didn't know.
It's accurate. It was good. It was very good. I just liked the fact. My favorite part was probably Sheamus got drunk and suddenly he just loved everyone for a moment. Yeah. It was very on brand. It was just, man, I love you guys. This is great. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
It's been a fun trip,
It's been a good time, guys. Let's do it again sometime.
It's fine. Don't even worry about it. I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty good. We will, however, need a viewer decision. Oof. So. For all of you guys out there, I love them. They're my favorite.
Viewer decisions are rather rough.
They're rough. I know.
They had excitement. They had a little flavor.
Exactly. Add a little flair. Add a little flair. Just a little flair. So our viewer decision for this week is going to be for all of you out there to help decide on something that befalls our unfortunate fellowship. How, or not so much how. I have to be very specific in my wording here. How far behind the fellowship is Malofax the Unclean?
Many miles.
Yes.
A week of travel.
So I will leave that for the viewers to decide.
He's already here.
when we pick up, we'll see. We'll see. He might just
Someone's
be
gonna play,
there.
like one round.
He might be there within a round. He might be
Give
there
us
within
the
a few rounds. We'll see.
Christ.
Maybe he's just off in the distance and you guys are scared for no reason. We'll see. Regardless, good game, guys. I enjoyed it. I know you guys enjoyed it too. It's always fun playing with you guys. And I hope all of you listeners out there enjoyed it yourselves. We had a couple little technical hiccups, but other than that, it went pretty damn smooth. Crom met a rather not so glorious end. So there is that, and our unfortunate fellowship is that much closer to being home in Sealburg. As usual, guys, I've been Jumbo Thick. Thank you very much for watching, and I and the crew are looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a good day.